Hi YouTube, this is why you should checking in again. Um, just checking in. I wanted to make a video about self-love. Something that a lot of people fall short in, about how to love themselves, how to repeatedly be um, in love with themselves. Like, for me, self-love is everything. Like, if you don't love yourself, nobody else is gonna love you. And I promise you, people will treat you how you treat yourself. Okay. As a kid, I struggled with self-esteem and things like that. And for some reason, I hated the fact of being a girl at the time. Like, I just didn't like it. It was something about being a girl that made me just feel insecure. So I used to always tell my mom and everybody that I wanted to really be a boy. Like, it was something about being a boy that kind of made me want to do it. So my mom, she figured I was going through some form of depression, knowing what ladies go through with their period and, self-esteem and peer pressure. So she didn't think too much of it. As I got older today, I started working in social services with kids with mental illnesses. And I noticed a lot of the kids go through issues just like everybody else. Um, at that time, it was kids who, was confused or who wanted to be the other sex also. So that's when I realized I didn't have a problem. I was going through what normal kids go through at the time, and I just didn't know how to express that. Um, After getting on with my life, and getting out of this phase of being so depressed and not wanting to be a girl because of all of the pressure that came with it, I realized that you gotta love yourself. If you don't have love for yourself, nobody else will. So I started embracing my thick, nappy, natural hair, my beautiful black eyes before the contacts, and just admiring who I was as a girl. Like, I started getting more social, joining cheerleading. I started getting into boys. I met my husband when I was like maybe 13. What, 12, 13. I knew him, but I wasn't taking him seriously at all. But that's another story. I will break that down of how we met and how my friend was definitely, in love with him at the time. And I hated his guts. But as kids, you really don't like people that's good for you at all. So that's the story time. But I just wanted to come and check in, ladies, and tell you that you are beautiful, okay? And what us women fail to realize is that life is hard. We go through different stages where we feel secure. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're happy. Sometimes we're not. Sometimes we admire ourselves, and some things we don't. But we learn to deal with it, okay? We have to learn to deal with it. One insecurity that I have now is, I'm pregnant and I'm gaining a lot of weight and I'm stretching out in places that I'm like, I don't know if I'm all the way ready for this, but it comes with the territory. I've learned to embrace who and what God made you. So even if that means embracing gaining a little weight for a little bit, so what? Weight is something that I could work on getting off. Embracing the people that's in my life who have meaning, who love me more than anybody in the world, who I know that. Embracing self-identity. As y'all see, I have a lot of personality, pulling off, blue hair, and things like that. I just getting to that point where you don't really care about what people think anymore. You are great. You are beautiful. Who cares what somebody say about you or what somebody thinks about you at this point? They're not buying your clothes. They're not, going to work for you. They're not bringing money in for you. These people are perpetrators. They have no sense in your life. So we shouldn't take their opinions um, to judgment. We shouldn't care about what people may think about us. This is something that I just really wanted to talk about because I know how it is being a woman where it's so up and down, and it's okay to be like that. It's okay to prosper and grow, in your beauty and grow in loving yourself. It's all right. This is just another thing that I had to say. I'll check back maybe in a couple days. Thank you.